Welcome back everyone to Bretopia, and here's the bridge leading to the island where Bretopolis is. Isn't it lovely? Alright, it's not the bridge, it's the scaffolding for the bridge. But gives you an idea of how long my bridge will be and how I expect it to connect. And the reason I built the scaffolding was partly to see how I'm lined up, and I'm obviously not lined up, and also give me an idea of what kind of grade I needed for the bridge. And obviously, bit of lineup problems, but that bottom area is very easy to fix. The top area that I wanted to be sure that is right. So I built the scaffolding from down to up so that I could have some place to stand, and the actual building though will go from up to down, which I thought would be a little bit difficult to achieve. So therefore, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using a 3-to-1, 3 horizontal per 1 vertical. The idea to this is to do one of those. Well, that sort of put a damper on the whole idea. Oh, doing it on the top half gives you a bottom stair. Ah, forgot that. Ooh, how am I going to do that now? Alright, I am going to have to do it this way then. I'm going to have to temporarily put in a cobble block. Put in my stair here. Lower, lower, lower. Right, because I have to do it lower. That's the only way I can do this right. Okay, put that lower. And then I could put this here. Now I can stick in the proper one here. And that's the pattern that I will be using. Now, of course, it's going to be getting, well, right now it's easy because I have to have the piece of scaffolding right next to it. And actually the scaffolding actually helps the next bit also. And then across like this. So this is the pattern I'm going to try to achieve, is to, and this way I will be able to get 3 and then 1. So I'll be going in this way, more like 1, 2, 3, then 1 down, 1, 2, 3, then down 1, 2, 3. So that's the pattern I will be doing. So therefore I am going to see how well I can achieve this. Okay. 1. I had originally planned to do the scaffolding slightly differently, but I think it came out, well, I spoke too soon, better than I had originally planned, but now the scaffolding is higher. I was originally planning on getting the scaffolding lower. So I'm going to have to adjust the scaffolding a little bit, and I will continue down and see if the original track works. And here we have it, our bridge slowly going down, and unfortunately when you look at it from this angle it doesn't look all that even because of the way the underside works, but on the upper side, which is the side that you walk on, this side is even, three horizontal to 1 vertical all the way down until you get right here way at the bottom where it flattens out so it could turn back into the road. So I think that worked out, even though I think I could have done a better job on setting up the scaffolding. Now the idea here then is that we do the same thing on this end, and fortunately here we've got this, the shoulder that will hopefully help us along on getting this done. So I think this area should be a little bit easier than the previous. and that we'll just have to go down along like this, and it'll do the same thing. Now, not exactly the same thing though, is because I'm going to need to determine the location of the pillars. Because obviously any sort of bridge is going to need some support, because if you don't have support, you collapse. Now the trouble with the support is that you do want ships to be able to go under it. Now any ships that will be going under the bridge will be going under the bridge in this half, because the half on the other end will be too short for it. So therefore we'll have more supports on that end. So we'll have supports going here up to the land point. Then we'll have a bit of a break. And then we'll have more supports on this end. So therefore, now in order to do our supports, we are going to need to do it at one of the lower pillars, otherwise it'll look really, really silly. So therefore, I was thinking, see, 1, 2, 3, 4. How about on the stair ones? Since those are the easiest ones to quickly identify. And the idea here is that we will have a pillar holding this up here. I don't know if that would be redundant or if that works out perfectly. And then another one right here. And okay, I better get some sleep before we do the rest, because we don't want a creeper hopping in and blowing us to bits. Alright, so now we have 1, 2, 3. We can get one more in. Alright, one more in. Then we have the break for the ships to come through. So therefore we won't have one there. See, I always have trouble telling which where the stairs are. Right, okay, so those would be stairs. That one will be missed. And the next one down here. Actually, what I should do is come on this end. And we do the same thing on this end right here, where we can run out of cobble. That's what we could do. Don't worry, I've got another stack of it. Good. Alright, then we have that one there. And okay. Alright, well, I'll have to see what I could do without drowning. Okay, okay, oxygen. And I think that's where we're going to have to leave it off, because to put one there, I think would just make the passageway too narrow. So we'll say that that will be sufficient. It's hard to determine how wide it is. You know, in the real world, you suppose you get a rating for the largest ship that you're... Oops. Well, that was... For the tallest ship you're expecting to have through there. Because they have to do the same thing even on highways when they're dealing with trucks, making sure having nice signs on there to say clearance is such and such. Alright, now what I'll be doing here is eventually we'll be coming down there. And at that point, we are going to be changing the surface. Obviously, when I say the surface, I mean the surface of the center area. Now, I know that changing the surface is something I more associate with drawbridges than with this type of bridge. I don't know if this type of bridge often changes surface, because if you've ever been on a drawbridge, at least you know how they change surface when you get into the middle area, because the drawbridge is made up of, the draw section is made up of different material than the rest. Not that I'm intending this to be a drawbridge, because especially if you want it to be a working drawbridge. But it's a thought. Alright, now I gotta try to get this in here without finding creative ways to fall down. Yeah. Alright, let's get this in here. And unfortunately, maybe I should have left the scaffolding in. Well, there are ways of handling that. Dirt. That's what dirt is for. Turning into scaffolding. Alright, let's do that. And head back up. So yeah. Suppose there might be an... Well, alright, I guess that'll do. For a moment there I thought it was a poor place to put my scaffolding, but maybe it'll... No, we want that. We want that. We want that. Oh, and this is the last one. Right as I run out of scaffolding. And I have another world where I can't find a squid to save my life, and now here we have them popping up all over the place. Yeah. There we go. And now at this point, right after this, this is where I will switch to the... where is it? Ah, here we go. To the regular stone slabs. And we'll do this for the rest of the way across. Well, at least until we hit the other set of pillars. So you get the idea of what's going on in there. Actually, maybe what if I just put in these for now, and then put in the stairs after. It's the stairs that are the tough bit, and if I make it easy to get to the stairs, then that should alleviate any issues there. And let's see. Oh! The intervening bit is a lot shorter than I thought, is it? Yeah, because these last two then will be our original surface material. And we go back to this. And down, down, down. And voila, we are across. So let's see if we can get our... Oh, that makes it so much easier. Well, except we do have the little problem is that we have no choice but to use these here, because unfortunately we don't have stairs to that block. But there it is. So I just need to repeat that and we'll see what we get. And here we have it, our bridge across the water. I'll have to see what to do about lighting and other little things like that. Now, it's obvious looking at this that the whole thing about switching to the smooth stone slabs was a truly misguided idea because that looks. I think if it weren't interrupted by the necessity of switching the texture going to the stairs, it might have been fine, but looking at it with the going back, forth like this, it just seems silly to me. I'm going to lose a lot of blocks down to the drink that way. So let's go down that way. So I think little consistency here is going to look better. And run out just as I get to the end. Of course. Well, we can take care of that easily enough. Alright, let's get these last 2 blocks in. Voila. Now, we've got this here. And then this could be the end of the bridge. And slap one another pair of torches there. And there we are. Start a bridge, end a bridge. Then our road can continue then into the city. So what we do after this then will depend on how we lay out our city. Now let's see. Oh yeah! It's not done yet. We've got supports on only one side, which would look really, really silly in a bridge. And that's where we're sort of asking it to completely collapse. There are these things that are called. Oh, that's right. No, don't do that. Up. You keep on forgetting that you're going into looking at crafting, you start sinking. So I always forget that little detail. Expect most likely way I'm going to drown in this game. Okay, well, most likely way is if I do something like go after a guardian temple, but alright, there we go. Okay, fine. A lot faster if you use the shovel and have that prepared in advance. Alright, that's one side. So we need this thing to be a little bit even because otherwise all sorts of nasty things happen to the bridge. I mean, probably enough engineering snafus in it already as it is. We just can't add the most obvious one. Oops. Aha. Well, that went the wrong place. Too many tools, too little room. Alright, there we go. Okay, good. Any place here. Alright, okay, good. It goes all the way down to the dirt. And now we'll do the other side. And see what it looks like in the morning. The other side turned out to be much easier because there were only 2 supports that were needed, and of course much lower to the ground. So here is my bridge. The bridge, I guess I'll call it the Bretopolis Bridge. That seems like a reasonable enough name for it. I don't think it's going to win any awards for great engineering, but it is going to do its job, and that is to allow us to continue along the road from there all the way up down to here. Oh yeah, I just remembered is that between episodes I did pick up another horse. I'll probably have to get a proper actually let's do a proper test for this. See if let's see if I can get across here without falling off. Well, that's not a good start. Alright, here we go. And there you have it. The Bretopolis Bridge. I might decorate a little bit more, but right now I think we need to plan out a city and see what we are going to do with it. And that will be for our next episode of Piney Plays Minecraft Bretopia.